people, so I'm pretty sure from that intro you could tell I got hooked. So about a month ago, my girl and I started watching Attack on Titan. Now let me just say this. I usually don't watch any other anime besides Dragon Ball. Honestly speaking, I've never watched another anime besides Dragon Ball except for Naruto. And the only reason I watched Naruto was because it came out when I was still a kid. So on Toonami, I kind of had to watch it. And I'm not gonna lie, I did like Naruto a lot. It's just the problem with me and Naruto is there's too much talking. There's too much filler and there's too much talking. So since then, I was skeptical about any other anime moving forward. One day, my boy had put me on to Attack on Titan. He made me watch the first episode. This was when it first came out, when it was on Netflix, when it was only in Japanese. And from the first episode, I was like, it's okay. I'm not really into it like that. I just can't really get into any other anime besides Dragon Ball. Fast forward to now, I gave it another shot. And I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. I like Attack on Titan. It's pretty interesting. And I gotta say this, there's a lot of talking, when there should be a lot more action. There's a lot of talking, but I don't know, it didn't really bother me too much. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because I was younger and I didn't like all that talking in Naruto. I just wanted to see just pure action. But now moving forward, knowing what animes are about and how they're supposed to be, there's gonna be a lot of explanations and a lot of talking and chit-chatting before the action starts. It didn't bother me too much until toward the end, because toward the end it felt like they were trying to save certain things. Like, how do I say it? It felt like they were trying to save certain things for the next season, which I don't know if that's true, because my boy did tell me that the creator only made one season because he didn't know if the show would take off or not. So maybe that's just me. I'm not sure, but it felt like a lot more talking toward the end. In terms of the characters, there's 3 characters that I really like. Of course, Eren. Eren is pretty cool. I like Eren. He reminds me more of like a mixture of Naruto and actually he just reminds me of Naruto. He doesn't remind me of anybody else besides Naruto. He has that thing about him, the same thing that Naruto has, where he's so driven and he's so focused on what he's doing, but at the same time he's also extremely passionate about it. And the reason for that is because of what happens to his family in the very beginning. The second character I like, no, actually, this is my favorite character, Mikasa. Boy, if there was ever a badass chick in an anime, like trophy or something like that, it would go to her. This chick is so elite and so deadly. And it was crazy because I remember in the first 3 episodes, something like that, the guards were like afraid of her when they saw her. Something like, oh, she's pretty crazy or something like that. Yo, when you see this chick in combat, what? This chick over here slicing Titans up like nobody's business, and she's so fast and so sharp. Like, this chick is a savage. She's on a whole nother level from the rest of them. My third favorite character is my third favorite character. All right, let me put this out there right now. There's gonna be spoilers in this because this is my season review. My third favorite character is Annie. I know she is I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna save that for a little bit later, but Annie's my third favorite character. I'll explain why later. Along the whole story, you find out what happens to Eren's family and why he wants to go against the Titans. Literally the first episode is just action right away. And then you start to follow Eren, Mikasa, and Armin. Armin, I don't really care for him too much. He's kind of whiny, he's a little bit on the whiny side for me. He's the genius of the group, but he's just too whiny. It's like if you made Donatello like a little bitch or something. The story itself, I like. I will say the story I like. Because you're following Eren's story, Eren, Mikasa, and Armin. You're following their 3 stories. But everybody else around it is affected by the Titans in their own individual way. And even one character who I'm on the fence about, he has a little crazy thing that you find out at the end. And you see how the Titans really affect everybody in this world. Some people look at the military as foolish. Some people look at the military as heroes, and some people look at the military as they're just wasting their time putting funding into the military when they're gonna die anyway. So you have those people who worship the Titans. I forgot what they call them in Attack on Titan. I know it's like a church, but I don't remember exactly what they were called. The Titans are really messing this world up bad, man. I mean, like the first episode, you see the Titan pick up the chick and just eat her like a damn Snickers bar. It was crazy, man. I was like, what? I mean, I like I said before, I like the story a lot. Now the action, let me say it like this: when there's action, it's great. When there's not action, it's the same problem as Naruto, man. It's just too much talking. It's too much talking. I didn't mind the talking in the beginning or the middle of the season, but toward the end, it just felt like way too much talking. Like, it was just over the top. Some of the acting, I thought, to me, was a bit over dramatic. I mean, my girl liked this. She said it was cool the way that they would, kind of go over the top. There's a certain scene when they capture Armin and they have him in the courtroom and he says his speech. At the end of it, he's just like, "Let me lead you." And I looked at her immediately. I was like, well, that was pretty over dramatic. It was kind of cringy. And she was like, "Oh, I liked it." I'm like, well, okay, if you liked it, you like it. I thought it was cringy and over the top, but okay. There's not enough action to me, but it's okay. It's the first season. I really don't have any complaints about it. But now let me get into what I was saying before. Annie is like so elite, and is she as good as Mikasa? Maybe. I don't think so. I'm not sure. They never really say. Yo, she's a badass. Like, let me just say, she's a badass. She's a tough chick, man. Armin tried to go up against her. She took him out like that, 2 seconds. And some dude after Armin tried to fight her, 2 seconds. She's quick. She's fierce. She's quick. She's tough. Like, this chick plays no games. Come to find out, there's this female Titan, and I immediately thought, I looked to my girl, I said, I think that's the blonde chick. And she's like, who? I'm like, I don't remember her name, but I was talking about Annie. And she was like, I don't think it's her. I'm like, that looks just like her. And the only reason I said that was because before oh man, I skipped over something. Hold on, let me get back to that. The part where Eren goes after that abnormal and it bites his leg. Yo, and then it eats him? Oh my god, yo, we were both so lost that we did not see that coming at all. I was like, yo, what? Eren he just died? And she was like, whoa, what? Yo, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. So we thought that was it for Eren. He was done. And we were like, oh man, see that? Look at that. He running his mouth talking about he's gonna do this to the Titans, he's gonna do that to the Titans. And he died in like the first season. And then lo and behold, he comes back as a Titan. Now, my girl immediately thought, I think that's Eren. I was like, I don't think that's Eren. And she's like, yeah, it looks like him. I'm like, I don't look like Eren to me. And she's like, no, it looks like him. It looks like him. I'm like, ah. So then we keep watching the episode, and then I see how he reacts to certain Titans in the Titan form, and I'm like, wait a second, could that be Eren? Like, he's bugging out on these 2 specific Titans that had something to do with killing Eren, and this Titan's going crazy going on these Titans. So anyways, come to find out it is Eren. She was right. So that's why I'm saying to her, this female Titan looks like Annie. Like, it looks exactly like Annie. Yo, that Titan was elite, boy. You thought Eren was like, that Titan was elite. She was running, biting people up, covering her neck, turning her hand into ice. It was just, yo, she was elite. And they go into Annie's backstory and why she is the way she is. I'm not gonna say too much spoilers in case somebody didn't watch it yet, but that first season is really something else. Like, I liked it a lot. And then another character that I was saying I was on the fence about was Levi. And you find out with Levi, what happens is the woman he's supposed to marry, I forgot her name, was on the crew that Annie actually killed. Annie stepped in her back, broke this chick's back against the tree. Like, oh man, it was crazy. And then I'm like, wait. Cause her father comes over and says something to Levi about like taking my daughter's hand or something like that, to that effect, that they were gonna get married. And then Levi's fate, like his eyes were just like this. Like, he just was out of it. I'm like, wait a second. He was supposed to marry that girl, and then they showed the flashback of the girl, and then his face again. I'm like, yo, that was his wife. So there's some crazy parts in this first season. Like I said, I like the season a lot. I haven't started watching season 2 yet, but I'm gonna start watching it soon. As soon as my girl catches up, we're gonna start watching season 2. But overall, I would give season 1. I mean, I didn't like a lot of the talking, but the action was great and the twists were crazy. So I'd probably give season 1 like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Yeah, 8 or a 9. I wouldn't feel comfortable giving it anything less than that. Y'all should definitely check it out. That's all I got for now.